day, it just lifted out.
Right, so basically I've ruptured my whole testicle.
And we decided to dress up as prostitutes.
As soon as you smacked me, I pooped everywhere.
I'll vote for you if you show me your tits.
Welcome to the Big Red Chair, as we celebrate the history of one of TV's most famous pieces of soft furnishing.
Your best story ever, off you go.
We'll meet some of the 500 storytellers who have graced the chair. Many not for very long. You'll get the chance to hear again stories you've never forgotten.
So the first thing that you need to know is that my girlfriend and I were butt naked in bed.
And many you wish you could. And we'll reveal the secret of how to tell the perfect Red Chair story. The Red Chair all started back in 2009, when we had one of our all-time favourite guests on the show, the late Ronnie Corbett. Now, we wanted to pay tribute to Ronnie's classic monologues and came up with the idea of letting some of the studio audience tell a Corbett-style story.
Hello, Charmaine.
Hello.
With the twist that if either has got bored,
Is that it? I think that's
I could flip them into oblivion. So began the Big Red Chair. Now what we had to do was find people who could tell good stories. And we did.
Hello.
Hiya.
What's your name?
My name's Aileen.
Aileen?
Yep.
And I'm guessing you're from Ireland.
I am. I'm from Derry.
Oh, you're from Derry, up for the north of the country. Okay. And do you live there or here?
Study here. I live over there.
Oh, right. What are you studying?
Costume design. Costume interpretation.
Okay. There will be subtitles on Friday. I don't know, right now, only I can understand it. Anybody else? Yeah, but okay. I know, yeah.
I can't.
No. So far, you're not missing anything.
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
Tony.
Tony. Lovely, Tony.
Nice to speak to you, Graham.
It's good, Tony. What do you do?
I work in a secondary school teacher, Graham.
Oh, yes. A specific subject.
No, I work with mainly now behaviour, with all the little rascals.
All right.
Okay, off you go.
Right. So, lead up to Christmas, I was back home, and had a...
Exact face. Did you get any of it? Christmas.
Something about Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas. That's the only good detail so far. Just pick out words, you'll follow the story. You say, blah, 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 Christmas, blah, 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 home.
Gone into the shop, and I had to get milk and bread. So I literally was really stressed. So I was like, run out, get the groceries, let's go. Told my boyfriend to do a lap and just pick me up, no need to park the car. So as planned, I came out, you know, perfectly timing. Silver people carrier just casually drifts by, casual speed. So without hesitation, I sprint across with my groceries, jump in the back of the car, screaming, and thump in the back of the chair, shouting, go, 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 go! But taking in mind it was Christmas and I had like a scarf up here and a hat. Which was my boyfriend, turned out to be this middle-aged, like, 60-year-old woman. Jesus! And pushed her foot on the accelerator and then threw on the lamppost.
I've just gone back to school in January. I've got my new suit. I always like to get a new suit for the new year.
Of course.
And, yeah, naturally. And what's happened is I've gone into the canteen as normal, because I always like to eat with the pupils and then go out on duty. So I've gone down, it's my favourite, there's a little roast dinner. So I've gone into the queue, nice little bit of lamb, roast potatoes, greens, gravy. And I thought to myself, because normally I don't get an afters, I thought I'll have a little afters, a little bit of that with pie pasta. Lovely, so I've got that, got me little tray, walk round where you go to get the forks and knives, and as I've gone round, there must have been a bit of water. I didn't see the water. The old foot's gone. I thought, shit, I'm going over. And it went in slow motion. I can still remember it. It was slow motion, and I've got the tray. I'm thinking I've got to hold that tray. I've gone over. My back's hit the floor. The tray's gone over. I've got gravy, custard, apple pie, and a little bit of lamb. And as I've looked up through the gravy and the custard, I can see 100 teenagers going, "Sir's gone over." And that's my story, Graham.
Oh, you know what?
And from Monday morning, it's just like, oh, sir, you're on telly, you're a celebrity, you know Kevin Hart, he's your mate, Ice Cube, he's your mate. I'm going, yeah, it's me mate, yeah, don't worry, we're in our energy. They're going, oh, sir, you've got to get me on telly.
I didn't expect in any way for as many people to really see it. I was like getting like people jumping out of their cars to come over and get a photograph.
And from there it progresses, where I'm on the corridor, I've got like kids, oh, sir's gone over, sir's gone over. Sir's gone over! Sir's gone over! And that went on for weeks.
I remember finding this weird section on Facebook that's like your other outbox, where people that aren't your friend can message you. So many different people from all over the world. A lot of like positive, like, you don't know me, but that was amazing, you really made my night. I had a few marriage proposals, but it was fun. A lot of it was all positive, it was all like lighthearted. The thought of making people laugh is really, really nice.
Nicest people around. You've got ordinary people, you know, from all backgrounds, different countries, different areas of Britain, go on there and tell a story. That's what people remember. They remember that red chair. It's Graham Norton and the red chair go together.
I think the red chair is so iconic, and it is a classic. Like, it's a classic of humour that will never get old. And I think with me, it was a bit up and down, because they couldn't understand me, and they could work with that. I had a bit of energy, but they didn't know how well the story is going to tell. Like, and I think that was really nice. Like, I really didn't think how much of an impact it'd have. Go, 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 go! What's the big deal? It's not even that scary.
It was a moment of a lifetime. I just can't believe it, that all them people were looking at me. You know, unbelievable, unbelievable.
So far, we've had 500 stories told in the red chair, and I think that qualifies as a fair statistical sample to teach us about the audience for the show. Firstly, women are keener than men to tell their story.
Hiya.
14% more, actually. And the geographical spread of our chair fillers is truly amazing. Obviously, the locals dominate. But then come the Americans, and our favourites, the Kiwis. Then the Aussies, the Irish, the Northern Irish, and the Scots. And the balance is made up by the South Africans, the French, the Welsh, the Mexicans, the Dutch, the Spanish, the Latvians, the Czechs, the Hungarians, pretty much every developed country in the world, including those well-known yarn spinners in Ecuador. The secret of telling a good story? Structure. And to have that, you need three things. A solid middle.
My hand was paralysed for half a day, and I had no feeling in my arms for 6 months.
Great opening.
I used to ride an Arab stallion in the desert.
Hello! And a brilliant ending.
His tiny little penis rubbing
Though not necessarily in that order. This is not as easy as you think, which is what Mia discovered when she took her turn in the red chair, and so began what is known worldwide now as the mystery of the dog basket lady.
So I was at a university reunion in Baslow, which is up north, somewhere in a big country house. We've not seen each other in a while. Sorry. We were just having drinks, went to the pub, got a bit leery at the pub, no pants dance, teddy bear rolls, just standard on a night out. We go back, have some more drinks. And then me and my friend go to get some drinks in the utility room, and it's winter, it's just the winter just gone, so it's really cold. And the door shuts, and there's no handle on the other side of the door, so we're like, oh, this is the utility room, no drinks in here anyway. Banging on the door, half an hour, an hour and a half. They've all gone to bed. As soon as we get to bed, we realise that we're stuck in this utility room. It's about -3 degrees, and there's a dog basket and some coats. And we've watched a bit of Bear Grylls, so I think we're just going to maybe have to get in the dog basket with my friend's parents' coats all around us, try to make some bed, and realise that you have to sort of take your clothes off to stay really warm, because it was really, really cold, Graham, it really was. And then no one's coming, we're banging on the door, we've got no phones, there's no toilet. I really, really need a wee at this point. There's just a bowl, so with the dog basket, you know, that happens. Then one thing leads to another in the dog basket, and he gets injured anyway.
Okay, there are so many bits of this story missing. So you're having sex in a dog basket?
I'm not Absolutely not. We just
One thing led to another. What else did that mean?
I just knew you'd make that innuendo. And if he gets injured, there's a lot of blood everywhere. There's no dog. Pull the lever, Graham.
I don't know.
We have no idea what went on in that dog basket. And since the story was broadcast, we've been asked countless times for an explanation. To put the nation's mind at rest, we've tried to track down Mia to fill in the gaps. We did get a message eventually. I'm in the Himalayas. I think the mystery of the dog basket lady may go on for some time.
Pull the lever, Graham.
I don't know.
500 stories in, there are some red chair patterns emerging. And through them, we can get a glimpse of what the world really cares about. That would be at number 2 in the top story subjects. How can I put this? Bodily fluids.
I peed myself.
I basically pooper-scooped my own poo out of the toilet.
I saw that I had not, in fact, sat on a soft toilet seat, but I'd actually sat and weed on my friend's elderly nan, who was also answering a call to nature.
It was a double-decking!
I was sat down having a nice little wee when it turned out I wasn't actually going for a wee. It was actually a poo. And it got stuck as I was going in between the outside of my bum and my bowel and the outside of my bum cheek. So I had to de-wedge it with some tissue. And in my frenzy, as I brought it round, it flew across the toilet. There was immediately a massive shriek from next door. All I could do but run.
That's quite a good story. That is quite a good story, yeah.
Turned my head to look down the toilet, which was not in a particularly lovely state, to see a rat swimming in the toilet, staring back up at me. I'm ashamed to say I was so desperate for the toilet that I peed on the rat.
Okay, so I was out for a run with my friend Dunk, and we were running past the park, and Dunk really needed to go for a poo. So we saw a toilet block, and there was a men's and a woman's, and we ran over to the men's, and he was busting. He really needed to get this thing out of him, and the men's was closed. So at this stage, he didn't even care. So he went over to the women's toilet, and that was closed as well. So he's frantically looking around, where can I go, where can I go? So he ran over to this bush and crouched down behind this bush, and he went. And about 30 seconds later, I saw this big bounding over, and Dunk pulled his pants up, jogged off, and then about 20 seconds later, the owner of the German Shepherd came over, and she was like, "Oh, Roy, you naughty boy." Ties it to a belt, and then just wanders off with this poo dangling through his belt.
Use it more! Well done! Very good story, very good story.
And at number 1, and how could there be any doubt about this, it's sex and nudity.
So the first thing you need to know is that my girlfriend and I were butt naked in bed. And
Good start to any story. Yeah, very good start, very good start. Yeah.
110-metre hurdles, I'm up next. So, going to do my warm-up, you know, brace myself, bearing in mind the 110-metre guys are, like, warming up, the hottest guys you've ever seen. So I was like, brace myself, looked them dead in the eye, was like, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, hurdle, me, crash, bang. Basically, I popped my cherry on a hurdle. I had things happen.
And we were in a train carriage travelling through South Africa. All of a sudden, the train started to slow down, and that sent me careering through the partition door, and I landed straight on top of the woman that was in the other cabin. It's at that moment when her husband woke up, and I realised I was sitting on his wife's face.
When I first came to London, I was at a nightclub and I started dancing with this really cute guy and started making out with him. I went to a family reunion. It was actually my cousin that I didn't know who it was.
Having fallen asleep in the cinema, I thought, go to the loo, get myself together, come back, thought, I'm losing this guy here. So I sat down and started having a little fumble in his lap. And this girl leaned forward and said, excuse me, what are you doing, my boyfriend? I'm feeling up the wrong guy. So
So I'm in bed with an ex-lover of mine, and we decided we'd engage in some grown-up activities.
Yes.
You know, dinner for two. More than 68, but not quite 70. Because I'm so lazy by nature, I'm on the bottom. And so I can't breathe through my mouth, obviously, because it's full. I'm taking a very deep breath through my nose, at which point his testicles form a tight seal across my nostrils, so I can't breathe at all. So I'm wriggling around panicking. He's thinking, obviously, oh, she's loving me.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Howie Poon.
Howie Poon? And what do you do, sir?
I'm a flight attendant.
A flight attendant, okay. Off you go with the story.
Okay, so I had to take my 70-year-old Chinese mom to her gynecologist's checkup appointment. And I had to
Can I just say, already my hopes for this story are so high, I can't tell you.
So basically we get to the office. I tell her gynecologist that I have to translate. The gynecologist has a smirk on her face and says, well, I'm going to have to ask you a couple uncomfortable questions, to translate for your mom. So she's like, I need to know if your mom is sexually active, and I need to know how active she is. So keep in mind she's 70 years old. So I translate in Chinese. I'm like, Mama, nia, papa, wanjiao basically that means, do you guys still have sex? So my mom hits me in the shoulder. She's like, you know your dad. Of course we do. 5 to 6 times a week. I'm completely embarrassed. My mom's not even shy about it. I go from, basically embarrassed to depressed. My dad is getting more than I am.
Did he walk into where you can walk? Yeah.
My parents like to go walking all the time in their neighborhood, and a lot of their friends who've seen the clip, they're like, it's good to see you walking again, Mrs. Poon. When she first found out, she thought I was crazy for telling this story. She was like, why didn't you tell a story of how we struggled coming to America? And I was like, it's a funny show. No one wants to hear your struggles, My dad was pretty proud. He's like, how do I find this on YouTube so I can show my friends?
So what would Mr. and Mrs. Poon say is the secret to a happy marriage? I think I might know the answer to this.
Love, and that's again thing.
Well, love making.
Well, yeah, I didn't get to finish the story, so basically after that translation, my mom hits me on the shoulder and she's like, oh, and since your dad just got a pacemaker, could you ask the doctor if it's okay if we have sex? And the doctor translates to me and says it's perfectly healthy for your dad to have a healthy sex life. Just make sure he doesn't exert too much. Maybe have your mom do the work and have her get on top sometimes. And in my head, I'm just like, there is no way I'm going to translate that. So in Chinese, I basically told my mom, just have Dad take it easy.
Now, I don't always have the patience to hear everybody's story. If you don't grab my attention straight away, then prepare for whiplash.
This is it. The big time awaits. If I ever want to have my hair cut, I have to travel 150 miles because I'm coming to...
Hi.
Hi, Graham.
Hi. What's your name?
Lettuce.
What do you do, Jeremy?
I'm a student.
I'm a storyteller.
I'm a real estate sustainability consultant.
So I'm in France on holiday with my sister.
It's needed to let them start telling the story.
Hello, Mr. Graham Norton. Hello, guests.
I didn't have time to put my underwear on.
He dressed to match a chair.
My story is about my pixies.
You've got a bag?
I do have a bag, yeah, it's a laundry bag.
Who's up next? I just didn't have the emotional energy to cope with that. I apologise. Come back and see us later in the series.
Not everybody gets to feel the wrath of the flip. Catch me on a good night with a solid story and I'll happily let you walk.
Yeah, walk. Come on, walk.
It felt so good to walk.
You can walk. Well done.
At the end of it, when I was just like, yes, I was so happy. It just felt like I'd accomplished something.
When I was 13 years of age, I was playing golf and I got struck by lightning. 3 friends watched me get hit by lightning. I was really happy when I wasn't flipped and was able to walk off happily. Yeah, I think it was a bit of an ego boost.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Aaron.
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 A-R-A-N. Aaron.
Aaron. He's Aaron. Like the jumper.
Yes, exactly.
Like the jumper. Aaron, off you go with this story.
Okay, so when I was 14, went on holiday to Tenerife with my parents, had a great holiday, came home on the Sunday night to start school on the Monday. On the Sunday night, went for a shower, slapped on some after sun, didn't really think much about it, till the next morning, woke up, looked in the mirror, was covered in orange blotches. Turns out I'd used my mum's fake tan by accident instead of the after sun. Went in, said, Mum, no way, not going to school. And she basically said, no, you're definitely going. Sent to school, got taken there, and basically was ridiculed all day and got given the nickname Aaron Brew.
That saves it. That saves it. You can walk, Aaron Brew. Very good.
Everyone says, I can't believe you got to walk of anything, you know, instead of getting flipped. But then part of me secretly also wouldn't have minded being flipped.
Hiya.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Kitty Peachy. I'm 25 and I'm from Hackney.
Yay! She's working the crowd. She's on fire. Okay. And what do you do in Hackney? What do you do in Hackney?
I work for a balloting company.
A balloting company?
So we administer elections.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you're busy once in a while.
Why?
Not at the moment. But, okay, off you go with your story.
Okay, so I was 16 and I'd finally inherited an heirloom that I'd wanted my entire life. It was a gun. And not like this. The most you could do to hurt someone was hit it over the head.
Wait, I just said, yeah, she's got a gun. She's 16. She's 16 and she's got a gun. This story may not go well.
It's perfectly normal.
And so basically, the day I got it, I was just elated. And for some reason, please don't ask me why, but I put my finger in the barrel and it got stuck. So this is the infamous gun. As you can see, it's practically a stick. And this is the barrel where I decided to put my finger because I'm an idiot. So in the end, I thought, okay, I've got to go to A&E and get this thing off. I got in a cab with the jumper over me. in my jumper, as you do. And I went to A&E and I thought, okay, what's the best way to do this? Because there was genuinely sick people in A&E. And I went to the desk and I said to the lady, I was like, whispered, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to alarm you, but I've got a gun stuck to my finger. And she flew back in her chair and screamed, you've got a gun! The longer I was going on, I was like, okay, they're liking the story. I actually didn't think I'd walk, because you just don't know whether he's just going to flip you for the sake of it. And the best bit, Lenny Kravitz gave me a standing ovation, which was claim to fame there.
And just sometimes you can get a second chance.
My name's Adam Shaw, Graham.
Okay, and what do you do, Adam?
I'm an actor.
And where are you from?
I'm from Pudsey.
Pudsey?
That guy actually looks familiar to me.
You know him?
Is he allowed to be back in the chair?
Yeah.
What Tom Hanks wants, Tom Hanks gets.
Oh, there he is, Adam. Oh, okay, Joseph took a Ginyu, but Tom thought you looked familiar.
I am, hopefully, yeah. I owe Tom quite a lot because my very first acting job, I was Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, that's right. We were in the Higgins boats together.
And I lied about being able to swim. I lied about being American. I'm actually Tom, do you remember the AD showed me the action? He put me in the water with you.
Yes.
And I turned to you and I said, I've no idea what I'm doing.
Deep water.
Can he walk to the cliff? Walk flip. Well, he's walking.
He's such a nice, genuine, graceful man that it was just like meeting an old friend, really.
When it was all done, I said, just out of drama school, huh? Welcome to the big time.
One topic that regularly pops up in the Red Chair is animals. I mean,
Decides to start going crazy. My dad punched it in the head, but the driver starts going crazy. He gets one of the tranquilizer gun things, and just before he was about to shoot it, he sort of lifted off, and then he sort of drove the car and span off, and it was like a police car in a safari. Yeah.
When I was 7 years old, I went on a holiday with my mother to Egypt, and during my time there, I saw a donkey that was fully erect.
That was the best story. I saw a donkey with an erection.
I was young, I was watching rodeos on TV, and unfortunately we didn't have any horses to practice on, so I used to use our sheep on the farm. One day, my granny wasn't very best pleased with this, and one day when I was like, I used to have a favourite sheep called Sally, and I was going at it good on Sally, and Granny was just standing by the septic tank, which is about 6 foot deep, and she was like telling me off, and the sheep charged at her, bucked me off, and both collided, and both of them landed in the 6 foot deep crap.
This monkey took a liking to me and it started groping me and grabbing my chest, and then I felt this sort of wetness next to my ear. I turned my head and I saw this great big red penis and he started in my ear.
Wow!
So you're the girl with the monkey dick?
I was always told to avoid the wild horses in the desert, but on this occasion I didn't notice them coming up, so as they approached, one of the mares whinnied to my stallion, and my stallion whinnied back. He then pricked up his ears. In fact, he pricked up everything. So she seemed very willing, so he decided to have his wicked way with her.
With you on top?
With me on top.
You're working at a call centre?
Yeah, and a customer calls, he's hysterically crying, and I was like, oh my goodness, sorry, are you okay, what's wrong? He was telling me that people came out to fix his internet, and they left some live wires in his garden. He told me that his dog chewed on the wire, kind of electrocuted itself. I was like, oh my goodness, sir, what was the dog's name? And he was like, Sparky.
I'm John.
Hello, John. Hi. And where do you live, John?
Staines.
Staines. John from Staines. Okay. And what do you do, John?
I'm an electronics engineer.
Okay, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we've ever had an electronics engineer on the show before, so we have high hopes for you, John. Off you go with your story.
Okay, this happened in 1980 when I was at school in Devizes, which
excellent. It's a period piece, Harvey. It's a period piece. The budget will be higher, but there's a lot. People are very. They like that. They like that.
Okay, I was at school in Devizes, which is a small town near Swindon.
Yes.
And in the dinner queue, and in the distance on the school field, I saw what looked like a Great Dane bounding towards us, and everyone laughed, because when we looked through the hole in the door, it was a lion, Graham.
John, come on, Harvey. This is a good story.
Wow. Africa.
No, seriously. Well, no, he's in Devizes.
We could do it in Africa.
He's in Devizes. It's better because he's in England.
Right, okay.
You don't expect in Africa. It's a lion. Who cares? In Devizes, it's a big lion. What's it doing there? John, what happened?
So I thought this is my chance to go running into the headmaster and actually get away with swearing.
Yes.
So I ran into the dinner hall.
But
and
that's your first.
There's a flipping lion. I ran into the dinner hall and shouted, "There's a flipping lion in the classroom." And he said, "John, go and stand outside my office." But the whole of the rest of the school came running in at that moment, so it backed up my story. And so he went and had a look, and of course there it was, chewing the table legs and the corners of the desks and stuff.
Where did it come from?
Good question. That's why we're gripped to our seats. Where did the lion come from? Wait a minute. What did it kill anyone?
No, they were.
Did it maim anyone?
No.
Was it really a lion, or have you lied?
It was actually a lion.
Was it a dog with a balaclava on?
And the police marks were at the school the whole afternoon while we hid in the library, and they rounded up these 2 lions that got into the school.
What?
And what had happened was that the travelling circus has arrived in town while we were at morning lessons.
Is this just an Enid Blyton story? You're recycling for the purpose of our show.
The brilliant thing about this story is that, for today, is that the lions turned out to be called Girly and Jessie.
I think we have to let John walk.
It was great because I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so to tell my story in front of David Tennant was fantastic. The only concern I had that maybe people would think I made it up. That's the amazing thing about it. You know, it really happened.
Is this just an Enid Blyton story? You're recycling for the purpose of our show.
I was in geography, I think, and the headmistress came in and said, did anyone see the lions? Because there's a reporter from the Sunday Times who wants to speak to somebody, so I put my hand up straight away and went and talked to the reporter. And it was after that that I got grabbed by the local TV news as well, which was, you know, miles more exciting.
Well, I was standing there by the door and I saw this shape come across the grass. It looked like a Great Dane at first. And it just sort of bounded up the steps, didn't stop or anything, went straight through the glass, and I looked in there and I realised it was a lion. And I just ran straight in through there and told the teachers.
My parents, when I got home from school and said, oh, you know, there's been a lion in the school and I've got on telly, they just said, oh, don't be so silly, you know. My little sister said that I'd gone viral on the internet. I think there's a Devices blog called Spotted in Devices, and it was all over that. It was a case of just telling everybody that would listen, and I'm still doing it today.
One nation that has embraced the red chair like no other is New Zealand.
You're from?
New Zealand.
Where are you from, Shani?
I'm from New Zealand.
I am from New Zealand.
Are you from New Zealand?
Yes.
We love it. We love New Zealand. New Zealand must be empty. You must go to New Zealand and the airport is deserted. They're all queuing for the red chair.
The only problem is they often seem to be telling their tale in a language that's not quite English.
And what's your name, sir?
My name's Brad.
Bread?
Brad.
We wanted to find out what drives the Kiwi attraction to the red chair. So we went to the top. I mean, the very top.
The Graham Norton Show exports incredibly well to New Zealand. It's got a really strong following across multi-generations. It's invariably a highlight of the New Zealand viewing week.
I'm from New Zealand.
We have it now. No, wait. New Zealand stories are often very good, and even if not, accent hilarious.
I think New Zealanders don't take themselves too seriously. And they also love a little bit of limelight, I think.
What's your name?
I'm Rafferty Fox.
So your mother and father decided to name you Rafferty.
Yeah, it's Dad's favourite pub.
The chance to show your mum and dad that you are still alive and in one piece in the UK. It's much easier to do that through a Graham Norton segment in the red chair than it is to phone or Skype home.
Who are you?
Simon.
This is Simon.
For me, when I think of the red chair, I think of Simon. To me, that was a really memorable New Zealand moment.
So off you go.
Okay, when I was 10, my parents took me to a small farmer's market.
I think we take the poking of fun at our accent in really good humour, as long as you don't confuse us for Australians.
Anyway, we were going to a small farmer's town. We took the ute there, and so...
I can't understand a word you are saying.
Dad was looking for some animals and things to take home to our farm. And so anyway, him and Mum spotted this little dining room table. And I was just wandering around in my jandals and, you know, just checking out the stuff. Mum and Dad spotted this table and chairs that they thought that's going to be perfect in the dining room. We put it on the back of the ute and we're going home. And us boys are sitting up, me and my two brothers sitting up on the back of the ute in the chairs, in the dining room table chairs. Dad thinks it's a big good idea. Oh, I know what we'll do. You boys want some ice cream out the back, you know? And so we're like, yeah, absolutely, we'll have ice cream. Next thing you know, we're all sitting there, licking our ice creams, sitting on the back. Dad decides, seeing a bit of Formula One, he'd like to take the corner, probably a bit quicker than he should have. Me on my chair, bang, fall down, on the road.
Like that.
I hope there will be many more New Zealanders in the red chair, and my message to them would be, you're part of the New Zealand community that is taking over global entertainment, one chair story at a time. Remember, you're a representative of our great country. Do your best.
What we really like on the red chair is the truly unexpected. And sometimes that can take a little bit of preparation.
Can any of you explain this tweet that was issued?
Ever.
Do you want to operate it?
Yes.
Okay.
Does this move?
Yeah, of course it does. Oh, look at him. He's on it. You look like you mean business. I don't know how many people are out there, but I imagine we're going to run out. Why don't you do that and tell you what happens?
Do it right now?
Do it right now. See what happens. What do you do in North London?
Do you think this
I'm a student.
What do you study?
Journalism and PR.
A couple of years ago when I was living in Germany, being there with the...
Russell, last year I went to a music festival down in Newquay.
He's a New Zealander, is he?
New Zealander, yeah.
Oh.
I got
This is a few years ago in my heyday.
Oh, the world is so beautiful. Hello.
Hi there, you right?
Went for dinner, and then afterwards we went to the bar, and I was
You're
really
going for a
full.
rag. Holy shit, I gotta get one of these at home. Do you want to go? You want to go in the chair? Okay, go you, go. Who's up next?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Hugh. I'm from West Sussex.
Hi, you.
Hi. I just like to say that I think Matt Damon... This is the best time I've ever had on the talk show.
Amelia, you are gorgeous, by the way. If it don't work out with Joey, give me a break.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you look so nervous, don't you? Well, Russell, he's looking benign at the moment.
nervous,
Oh, no! Is that a mustache?
Beard.
Oh.
This is my way to say how much you mean to me, and after reading this, you'll know just how I feel. Thank you.
I was driving home from the library, and I met the lads, and...
But I was too bad, I couldn't wear it again.
I'm a huge fan of Dawn French. I asked her if I could have her autograph.
Oh, get rid of that.
And she... Get lost!
Who's up next?
Hello.
Oh, my God!
This is a story all about how my life got flipped.
Don't you dare! Go on, baby!
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Yes! Yes!
When a couple of guys, they were
This
up
is
to
a
no
bit of a
good,
boo-hoo.
started making trouble in my neighborhood.
Yes, what happened,
They got
baby?
one little fight. My mum got scared.
What'd she say? Yes!
We got some food off the stall because we were cheap and trying to be cultural.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So, there you have it, the big red chair. Its winners and losers and all the horror and laughter it's brought us over the years. Now, I hope you've been paying attention to the best way to tell a story. Because you never know. One night, you may find yourself on this oversized, comfy chair and hear me asking you to tell your story. Will it be pain or glory? Will it ever get to that punchline? Was there ever a punchline? I, of course, will never be in that situation, but it doesn't feel that bad here. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, that.
And Graham's back with Mel Gedroych and Gary Barlow. Brand new Let It Shine tomorrow night at 7.